which leads us to my next review, which is The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride. This has actually gotten, like, this was probably considered the worst of the Lion King movies. Uh, and while I don't think it's as, good as The Lion King, the first one, I actually thought The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride was actually pretty decent. Not as wonderful as I remember being when I was a kid, but overall I thought it was still a pretty strong story. Of course, The Lion King 2: Simba's Pride follows Simba's daughter Kiara as she's going to become the queen of the Pride Lands one day, and apparently there's this other group of lions called the Outlanders, and they basically betrayed the Pride Lands, and so they've been exiled, and their leader is Zira, and she has her son named Kovu, and basically it's a Romeo and Juliet story, sort of. It doesn't. I mean, let's just say that Romeo and Juliet and The Lion King 2 end very differently. Well, let's just say that. But it's still the basic principle of Romeo and Juliet: two opposing sides, but yet a couple of members of those opposing sides are in love, and they try to bring peace amongst those two. And it's a cliched story, yeah, but I feel like The Lion King 2 does it actually pretty well. For me, what really makes this movie work for me are the characters. Like, they're so likable. Like, of course you have the returning characters like Simba, Timon, Pumbaa, Rafiki, but then you also have, Kiara herself. Like, she's a very likable lead, and I really loved seeing her journey. Kovu is also a really good, conflicted character. Granted, I have no idea where he came from. It's never explained. That's one of the issues I have with the movie, was that there's a lot of things that are never explained. Or at least a couple of things that are never explained. But he's a really good character too. Zero, again, a really good villain. Like, the characters really do, like, for the most part, really do make the movie for me. Like, they really do drive the film. And even the music is really good. Like, for one, the opening song, He Lives in You, oh my god, like, it's not as epic as Circle of Life, but if you're gonna have a song to, follow that up with as your opening scene in a Lion King movie, yeah. Oh yeah, it's a worthy follow up. It's a worthy successor. Uh, it's a really great song, and I'm also really glad they put it in the end credits of the new Lion King, which was a really great little Easter egg. Like, some of the other songs I really love in the film are "We Are One." Like, it's a really nice calming song. "My Lullaby," which is the villain song sung by Zira, is a really good villain song. "Upendi" it's a pretty good song, although the scene that takes place during that song just comes and goes out of nowhere. Like for me, I feel like the song sequence of "Upendi," it was a bit rushed how quickly they just zoomed into that song sequence and how quickly it went away. I was like, what? Like, really? Like, that was really quick. The Exile song in the film is really, really good too. The only song I wasn't really a big fan of was I forget, it's the big romance song that features, Kiara and Kovu. But it really does kind of come across as a kind of like a C grade "Can You Feel Love Tonight?" Hell, there's even a lot of imagery in the movie that kind of resembles that, "Can You Feel Love Tonight?" It's like, really? Like, so I wasn't so big on that song, but all the other songs I really, really enjoyed. Um, and I will say another issue I have with the movie was that sometimes the animation is a bit sketchy. Like whenever a character's far away, like, the lines are really, really thick, especially if, like, there's like a zoom out where, like, how they do 2D animation zoom outs where, like, they have to draw the characters, but considering they have to draw them smaller than usual so that in, the animation they can zoom out, like, they expand on that frame. So, and you can kind of tell that the lines are kind of thick during those scenes. That's kind of distracting. But for the most part, I thought this was much better than a lot of the straight to DVD Disney sequels. I thought this was a pretty decent one, in my opinion. That So yeah, I do recommend seeing The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.